R and EA, unraveling the mysteries of power.
Hello and welcome to the Russian Nuclear Education Ambassadors podcast series. For those who are new here, welcome back. Today we're going to discuss about women in nuclear breaking the barriers. I'm your host Minga. I'm a third year PhD student of Moscow Nuclear Power Engineering Institute, and today joining me today are my colleagues Tidora and Anj. Tidora, can you please introduce yourself here to us?
Yes, of course. Thank you for your introduction. I'm so excited to be here again at the RNA podcast. So, my background comes from Eastern Europe. So, I'm from Bosnia and Herzegovina, a small country where there are basically no projects, and university is connected with nuclear field in general. There are a few, but they're not that developed as Russian ones, of course. So, when when I first decided to start my education in Russia, I only finished school. So I picked a more general program, which was applied maths and physics. And
Mm-hmm.
then after I finished bachelor degree, I kind of decided I wanted to go into the thermonuclear field, actually, which is
Oh, okay.
plasma physics and high temperature plasma surface interaction. So that's what I'm doing currently. I'm finishing my second year of master's uh, in Moscow at the same university, and yeah, working in the same field and hoping to achieve even higher degrees and
Mhm.
higher
So you're
goals.
going to PhD or you're planning to go to PhD?
I'm hoping to apply next year because I'm finishing my
Okay.
master's this year.
It sounds great because I've been living in Moscow like for 10 years. So it's really interesting. Yeah. So how about you, Ange?
I'm fine and I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Me too.
So, by introducing myself, I'm Ansh Oase Flavien. I'm from a very small country as well, from Africa. It's called Rwanda. And I've been here for almost 4 years. Also, I'm at the same university as Theodora Mifi, and I'm in the last year of my bachelor degree. So for me as well, I started this journey right after my high school where I applied just because our country had this project of starting a nuclear power plant. So, in the process of getting a new student to get involved in a field like this, in a new field, that's when I got an opportunity to come and study in Russia. That's actually the background.
Okay, and that's really interesting. And okay, and I have a question. Do you guys work here in Moscow? I mean, in your majority?
So I do work actually in the field. I work in plasma physics surface interaction lab in MIFI, and yes, that's
Yeah.
my field of work.
And how about you, Agni?
I
Ange?
would
I'm sorry.
All right. I would say I don't work as a professional in this field. I'm just still a bachelor student studying, but I also have a part-time job which is teaching. So it's not part of nuclear physics, but I teach.
It's
But
okay.
let me tell you something. It's normal to have part-time jobs that
Yeah,
are not in the
yeah,
field while you're
Yeah.
studying. It's completely.
yeah. But
Yeah.
still, you gain some experience that can help you in future when you can start like the job that you want. So I've been working as part job too, and then I started working as a professional. No, I mean project engineer, and then I quit about half a year ago, and then I started another job. So, but
Yeah.
still. work it still can be it still can count. So
Yeah. Well, I
yeah,
could say
okay then.
that I really enjoy it. I like doing it with my studies. I think yeah, it's good.
So I actually got that we all have our experience in our field. So do you guys have any role models in your field that you've been working now?
I would say that basically I don't have one particular role model per se, but I try to be really open and listen to anyone who can share knowledge in my field with me, which are older workers in my lab, engineers
Mm-hmm.
who have been working there for years and who can really teach me not only how to finish certain tasks and how to do a certain experiment, but also how to build a healthy relationship with your job and with your research so you don't become too connected to it uh,
Mm-hmm.
and to kind of see it objectively. In order to be a successful nuclear specialist, I would say even thermonuclear, which I hope to become, I think it's really important to have a suspicion in everything you do. And that is the skill I'm trying to learn and by observing my colleagues to have suspicion in any conclusion I made in any experiment I completed. And yeah, that would be my answer.
Mhm. And Ange?
Well, I would say we have something in common with Theodora. I do think that I don't have a particular role model in my life yet, but I still learn from other people. I still attend different events and get inspiration from different people in the field. As I mentioned, nuclear science was something new. I didn't know anything about it. My country actually didn't have nuclear scientists, so it was something new and I'm getting to know it. I just started so I am learning from elders and people who were in this field before. That's what I'm doing. So the answer is no, I don't have a particular role model.
And for me, it's like, I mean, my role model is my mom because even though she's a gynecologist, but even though we're like not same in field, but she still gives me so many suggestions, so many like life experiences, like recommendation or something that still can help me. So I would say this is my mom. Okay, let's jump.
That's good.
Yeah, let's jump to the next question. I have a really interesting question about who do you work with? No, I mean, work with men mostly or women mostly, Tidara?
Well, to be honest, I work in male dominated lab, I would say.
Okay.
But I have to say I'm proud that
Okay.
recently we have new female students um, who are interested, and I do. There are few more girls now, which I'm. There's more female energy in the lab, which I appreciate. But also, I think that uh, dividing the lab into women and men, I don't think that's quite effective. I do believe that all of us are specialists, human beings, and we all have to learn from each other. I don't think that there is any negative energy connected with male dominated for me personally. I'm not speaking, um, I'm speaking only from my perspective. I think that there are only uh, or mostly positive things when it comes to my particular field, which is thermonuclear.
I was I have been working like for 2 years in a like project company, and we were like they were like 90% men and 20% women, but the all of the like general director, our like supervisor was were a woman, were women. So I mean, women still can rule men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was actually so nice because they can share me all of their like experiences, all of their like opit in Russian, and it was so nice to working with men. I mean, they still can like there was no barrier between women and men working in same field, working in one department or something. But for me, uh, besides of no men or women, it doesn't count. Like for me, it's like I've gained so many experience in my during my this job in project company. So even though now, I mean, at my currently job, I mean, like 50% girl, 50% man. It's like same as is it was in my like in last company. So I think there is like any like differences or challenges or adventures are working with men. So how about you, Ange? Did you like face some experiences like us? Yeah.
I'll talk on behalf of students in my field. Well, looking at the statistics, female are fewer than men. So, looking at my own class, we are like 35% are women and 65% are men. But it doesn't mean that the participation is low or something. It's just that, yes, few women are still interested in nuclear field, but there are still some women who are already in the field and are interested. So yeah, I would say the majority are men, but still there are some women.
Okay, and one more question about, I mean, we're all women and working in no scientist field, so scientific field. So, uh, have you girls actually participated any nuclear like events or webinar as no, I mean, including like project of Russian nuclear education ambassador or no, I mean, can you share me please your experiences? Yeah, of participating in nuclear events.
Hmm. I guess I can start. Well, actually, on the topic, recently there was a webinar on girls in STEM,
Mhm.
which I personally have participated in. And to to connect with your first question on role models, I wanted to add onto it that it was such an amazing experience speaking with women from Rosatom who have been working there for years and who have been on leading positions for years. And for me, it was really interesting to understand the balance that they have to find between, being feminine and being also the leader of such a huge project or a group or anything. But besides that, I have also participated in huge events such as Atom Expo, such
Mhm.
as World Youth Festival, where we as a group also promoted not only nuclear field in general, but also Russian nuclear programs for foreign students and the ways that students can apply and participate in different educational programs in Russia. So, yes, besides that, I've participated in few more online events, which are regular webinars. RNA organizes, as you all probably know. Um, for all the listeners, we do have regular online events which are connected with nuclear and which promote different questions and topics in nuclear. So tune in. And I think that would be all of my recent experience
Mhm.
in these events.
Mhm. So how about you, Ange?
Well, as a woman in STEM or in nuclear science, it's good to like keep your knowledge on track, keep learning from other people and as well as, from men. So I have also participated in different webinars thanks to nuclear for our team. RNA ambassadors for bringing us all those opportunity to participate in different webinars, worldwide webinars. I have also participated in World Youth Festival as well as Atom Expo as well. And I keep on also attend I keep on attending different webinars online, keep my knowledge on track, things like those. Yeah, I've also been on that.
For me, I was like several times. I was in Omni several times, like to participate in Women in STEAM webinar, and I've heard so many women who actually works in nuclear field and has successful careers. They shared us their experiences, and we share them. I mean, share to them all of our, mostly study experiences. And also in June, I have participated in Women in STEAM online webinar. They were from, I think I was with you, Tidora. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
The next session, yeah, because I can't remember correctly. And so, yeah, there are so many webinars, events, so many like interesting. No, I mean, yeah, events for girls working in or studying in nuclear science. So, about girls, I mean, I have another question. What is the advice you could or would give to other girls around the world that actually want to study nuclear? And how about the career paths? What do you think, guys? Girls, I mean, sorry, it's my like habit. I mean, I work with guys, and it's like guys.
All right.
I'm girls, yeah, okay.
I would
Sorry.
like to start as much as I don't have much experience as Theodora, but I would say if you want to start, just start, cause you will learn in the process. You see people who are going to help you, and there are different opportunities. If you just start and believe in yourself, there's nothing you cannot do. So the only way to do it is just to start and believe in yourself, and the journey will be as easier as you could ever imagine if you start. So start.
Morning motivation from Ange. She's so positive. I think I would I would like to add on to it. Besides believing in yourself, which is definitely number one advice anyone should follow, I would say that it is supposed to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come to your first or second year and you have your matanalis exam or any
Yes.
assignment,
We've been
you
there
have to go
too.
through it. Yeah, you have to. It's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy. It's nuclear science. So, uh, first 2 years, I would say you just have to survive. That's your primary goal.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you can kind of start researching different laboratories, different topics that you're interested in. Because in the first 2 years, you cannot possibly know if you want to work in nuclear, in thermonuclear, in programming, any other field that is, let's say, in STEM.
Mm-hmm.
So after finishing 2 years, you can kind of decide what is the direction you want to go in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After that, I would say you have to, as a foreign student, you have to find laboratories in which you can officially work, because sometimes there are projects that are uh, governmental and you cannot, as a foreign student, participate in them. So I would say try to find a laboratory which is not secret, top secret, and
Mm-hmm.
can you can start working there. When it comes to balancing your student life and your education and your work, I would say it's really important to try to do it regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a lot of classes, which you probably have on your third or fourth year or even first year of masters, um, try to do a little bit of work every day, but it
Mhm.
has to be every day. So even if you have classes, try to pop into your lab and just ask a few questions that you have in your mind, or just try to do something regularly.
I'm actually totally agree with you, girls, and
Mhm.
yeah, and you actually answered my next question to the right.
Sorry.
I was going to ask how do you girls schedule your work and study? You already answered, yeah. So, and for me, it's like I came to Russia without know any languages, any Russian or English. I didn't know, and without knowing any friends. I came here all alone, and once you like getting adaptized, you're getting know the place. Like it's gonna be better. It's gonna be so easier than it was. So I'm totally with you. I'm totally agree with you, girls. Yeah. So I mean, I think I've asked all my questions that I prepared, and maybe we can like switch like discussion or something or or girls, do you have any uh, I mean questions for
I
you?
have a question for
I
you guys.
Okay.
Well,
Girls.
yes, all ladies. Well, they usually say that it is so scary to be a woman in STEM. I mean, to balance your social life and everything. What is your perspective to that point? How do you balance your social life with all the this that is going on in the whole world plus your field? Do you
mm,
understand?
I do have a few thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I think that being in STEM in general is really hard. I don't think that it's any harder to be a woman in STEM than being in STEM in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there are a few things that are. I don't think that there are problems connected with particularly STEM field. I think there are problems that are connected with general relationship with women and how sometimes people don't treat us seriously in certain moments. And I don't think that's connected with STEM or with nuclear. I think that this is a minor problem that happens in our everyday life. So when it comes to socializing in work, I think sometimes we have to try maybe harder to
To be like
prove a
equal with
point,
men, right? Or
or
yeah,
um, to say to someone they're not right or to have a disagreement. I think it's harder for us. For me personally, it's harder to get into conflicts than most men I know. So yeah.
I mean for me it's like I'm totally agree with Tidora, but I have just only one things to add. It's like you, and for me it's like I'm foreigner workers, and even though my Russian is like not that no, I mean I still hard work, no, I mean still hard study, but there is a, you have to hard there like twice size I did, no, I mean twice more than they like actually usually you have to try and learn because you're in foreign works and you have to do it like perfectly perfect, I mean without any mistakes or something. For me it's like that was the problem, like I mean that I was facing in my work, but now it's okay because I've used to it, used to like make mistakes, but I used to like learn on my mistakes, so
Yeah, I think it's really important to learn from your mistakes,
yeah.
especially in science. You have to make mistakes in order to make a conclusion.
That's true.
I also do have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an interesting one. I think that it's not asked a lot. Do you think there are any advantages in when you are working in a male-dominated field such as nuclear or STEM? Are there any mm, positive sides of it?
Positive sides. I mean, they give like so many gifts. They gave me so many gifts on International Women's Day. I got so many gifts. Even though for Christmas and New Year, I got a lot of gifts from our colleagues. So, and generally, they like they think like you're a woman, you are a girl working in this field. They give you so many advice, I mean, suggestions, advice, or something. Even though, like me, I have a colleague that started who started with me a career at the same time, and they helped me actually so much more than they helped my colleague, main colleague. So I would say that's the big plus. I mean, for me.
On my side, I would say yes, there are. But the thing is, they're like the same thing you said. Men expect women to be weak or something, or they expect women to not be on a certain level of, of their expectation. So in that way, we get advantage of help. They help a lot. They help you out, and it's understandable. Well, at some point, it's not about underestimating women or something, but at some point we need help from other people and stuff. And yeah, I think there's an advantage of getting help and sure.
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to maybe some kind of physical work, I don't know, in a laboratory, there are sometimes tasks where you have to lift something up or uh, do something physically, and there are a lot of guys to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So yeah. So do you guys any questions left, or we can finish for today? I mean, it was so interesting for me
yeah, for
to
me too.
talk with you
It
guys.
was interesting, yeah.
So that's it for today, and thank you for tuning into our podcast. And we hope you learned something from us, from our experiences. So actually, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. And once again, subscribe our channel, follow our socials through the links in the description box below. And see you next time, guys. Bye bye.